Hi, Pivots here. Welcome to my channel. So something different. I've done a race this morning and I now need to edit it. So I thought, well, why not show you how I do my editing? So this is a behind the scenes look at when I do my editing for videos to go up on YouTube. I'll try and do it in real time so you can see how long it takes. That might surprise you. Yeah, we'll see how we get on, and then we'll do a thumbnail afterwards. So sit back, enjoy, and let's edit a video. Okay, so first things first then, I use DaVinci Resolve. I've got a stream deck, so I just push a button and it should start loading. Here we go. DaVinci Resolve 20 I'm on. I've been using this for some time. I think I started on 14 or 15. Here's all my previous videos. You can see that I've edited already. So I'm going to do a new project. Click here. And this is going to be, no, I need to think of a name. I'm trying to remember when I did the race this morning. What was it? What was I racing? Gosh, it's awful when you get old and you can't even remember what you were doing a couple of hours ago. Where was it? What was I doing? Oh yeah, Super Formula. Super Formula at Spa. Super Spa, we call it. So let's create the video. And there's a few things I have to do before I get started. So this is the main screen. This isn't going to be an explainer of how DaVinci Resolve works. There's lots and lots of better videos out there that could do a much better job than I could do. I've been using it for a little while, and it does what I need it to do. So I'm not an expert. It just does what I need it to do. So I click onto the edit button down here, and this is where I do most of my editing. But before I do that, I have to set up the timeline where I actually do the editing, and I need to go to settings. But I just need to remember what screen resolution I'm using, and this is one of the biggest things. So I'm using 2560 by 1440. That's what I edit in. So I have to make sure the settings. I have to do this every time, which is a bit annoying. And I'm not sure why I have to do this, but I do. So 2560 by 1440, and we're using 60 frames a second. And I'm having to do that every time, which does seem a little bit odd, and I'm not sure why. So 2560, 1440. So we go to the edit tab, and then I have to bring in the clip that I want to edit. So I'll import it here, and all my things are saved. I've set it up so they all save in the same place. You can see I did this one this morning. No, that's the one I'm working on. So that's the recording that I'm recording. So there's no kilobytes at the moment. But anyway, so this was this morning. So I drag that in, and then I drag this down here. And the first thing I need to do is find the start of the race. So I usually get onto the grid, start recording. So I know that I just need to get to the start. I'm on the grid here. We can't hear anything at the moment. I'll probably need to put my headphones on so I can hear. I've got it set to come out so you can hear it. So that's better. Let's see if we can hear. You might be able to hear some small sounds. Just keep on fast forwarding. Took a while for people to get on the grid. Here we go. So I can see from the waveform here. This is where I start talking. I've got my eyes shut now actually, so I just, where do I go? Just move it there. I put a break in here, and then delete. And then I always have this sort of cross dissolve thing. So the video will start like that. In the Super Formula. There we go. If I can get off the line and get around the first lap. There you go. You can hear me. Okay, I'm near the back. Just getting off the line I find really hard in these cars. So I'm thinking the engine sounds a bit quiet, and I've got two tracks here, so I can make that a bit louder. So let's try that again. If I can get off the line and get around the first lap, I think I'll be okay. I'm near the back. I think my audio ducking is not working, so I need to have a look at that. Hard in these cars. There we go. So I've started near the back. Okay. I crashed on my qualifying lap, unfortunately. That sounds a bit better. Okay, so I know the rest of the race I don't need to watch. I just need to get towards the end of the race so I can then edit the next bit. So I'm not going to edit the race because people like to see the whole races. I used to take out the dull bits, but people said, well, we like the dull bits. So I leave them in now. Anyway, this is coming on to the last... So not far from a top 10, but... Last lap. Could have been better. Okay. Yeah, good race. Good race. Enjoyed that. Only one little and only one mistake. So yeah. Anyway, let's have a look at the incidents. Okay, so I now know I need to go to the incidents, because that's what I always do after the race.
I was a bit too tentative.
I'm looking for...
Okay, here's the start then. I was a bit too...
So sometimes I start talking and then realise I've said the wrong thing and have to start again, but not this time. And then cross dissolve.
Okay, here's the start then.
So we've got quite a few incidents, so we'll just fast forward through that.
On the first lap.
Yeah, some very interesting incidents.
And what have we got?
A few more. That's it. End of the instance.
Yeah, that's a good race. Let's have a look at the results.
There we go. And then I've got to find the results.
Results then, there are only 2 splits. That
came up pretty quick. There we go. And then I just need to get to the end of the video, because I know what I'm going to say at the end.
Hit that like, hit subscribe, and maybe I'll see you next time at the track.
There we go. So, did that surprise you? How quickly I've edited the video? That's it. Now, I'm doing it this way. I used to have another track where I'd have in the corner a replay of what was going on. So what I'd have to do is after the race, then I'd have to go into the replay, then record the replay. So that doubles the length of the race essentially. Then I have to bring it into the edit, line it all up, and that takes quite a bit longer to edit. And I've stopped doing that because the time it took, I wasn't able to put 6 videos out a week, which is what I want to do. And it didn't seem, no one's mentioned it or noticed it, and it didn't seem to affect the views. So I've left it. However, I think when I stop working full time in my normal job and have more time to do this, I'll probably go back to it. So I do like having that extra view, but that takes a little bit longer. I just put in another track. But anyway, that's it. It's up. And now we're going to render it. So on DaVinci Resolve, you click on this little rocket down here. I've set up how I want to render. So it's doing the 2560 by 1440, 60 frames. I then have to find somewhere to put it, and I have everything set up. And what did we call it? Super Spa, didn't we? Super Spa. Save it. We add it to the render queue, and then we render it. And then now I've got my super duper computer. It's rendering. Well, it's rendering at 208 frames a second, whereas before it would render at maybe 300. But I'm recording, so clearly the recording is slowing down the computer. It's taking some of the processing power, so it'll take a little bit longer. Anyway, we'll video this, and I'll speed it up so we get to the end, and then I'll show you what I do next. So there we go. It's done all its rendering, and that's it then. It's just finishing, and then it'll upload to where I save all my videos, and then I'll be able to go and grab it and upload it to YouTube. But before we do that, we need to do the thumbnail. So we're just going to, it's just about finishing. It says 99%. So we'll just wait for that to finish, and then I can close down DaVinci Resolve. And then we need to open iRacing so we can look at the replay, so I can find a suitable picture. There we go. So that's DaVinci Resolve finished with. We'll finish and close that, and then we'll go into iRacing. Okay, here's iRacing then. So I'm looking for the replays, and this is the race that we did. So we need to launch the replay. And here we are, we're in the replay. So what I'm looking for is just something that makes me think, gosh, that looks interesting. will people look at that picture and think, yeah, I want to get involved? So normally what I do is I just fast forward through and see if there's anything. I mean, there's a big crash here. Is this going to look any good? Am I going to be close enough to a car? Well, it looks like I just about squeezed by it. That might look quite good, mightn't it? That's quite a good picture. Now the question is, what's going to be the best angle? So, okay, so rear chase isn't going to work. The TV screens, so I could do that and look at them. Oh, that looks quite good, isn't it? And that one, not so good. Or I can just do the chase cam and then use the free camera. So I hit Control and F12, and then I get all of these things here, and I can sort of turn the car around, move things around like that. You know, that's quite an interesting picture, isn't it? And I can sort of flatten it down or move it up. I can zoom in if I want to, zoom out, sorry, zoom in. So I can zoom in, flatten it down a bit like that. I can move up and down, left and right. I'm sure there's other things I can do, but I tend to just do this. I maybe move forward just a little. I mean, that's getting closer, isn't it? So is that an exciting picture? Sometimes I sort of just come around and see, well, does that look any better? It's a bit dull, doesn't it? Or maybe a bit more like that. That's quite interesting. That's an interesting angle. Don't often do that. Yeah, let's go with something like that. So what I then do is I use a little gadget called a sniping tool. It comes with Windows, and it's a great way of just grabbing screenshots. So I just grab a screenshot. So click new, and then I can just use it like this, and then it's grabbed that screenshot. Now I need to close iRacing. This is a little bit different because I would normally be doing this on my second screen, but I'm going to drag down to my second screen what I need. So what I need on my second screen, I need to close iRacing. Let's just do that. What I need on my second screen is Canva. And this is where I do all my editing. And you can see some of sort of the previous thumbnails. I have done a behind the scenes thumbnail for this video, but remember we're doing the thumbnail for the video we're editing, if that makes sense. So I pick one that I've used before. We'll use this one because I've saved it already, and it saves any messing around. And we're calling this Super Spa, aren't we? Super Spa. And then I can delete these things and then paste that picture. Simple as that, look. And then I can make it bigger, move it around a little bit, see where it sort of works best. Sort of works quite well like that, doesn't it? So you can see both cars, and then I've got room for my little animated self. So I do that in a program called Bitmoji, and I look on my stickers, and this is where I have all of these different stickers that I then look for, and I can search for things. So I'm guessing what sort of sticker would tell the story of this? Maybe a shocked picture. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah. Some of those are quite good, aren't they? Maybe yeah, maybe this one. Maybe that one. Let's copy that. Copy it to clipboard. And then we paste it here. I can make it smaller. I can put it there. I can flip it around if I want to, so I can flip it so I'm facing the other way. That works sometimes, you may have seen. Maybe make it just a little bit bigger so it fills out that space. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I can make this a little bit bigger, I think. It stands out a bit more. And yeah, okay, that looks okay, I think. Quite like that. So I then have to click on share. I download it. Download, and it'll save it to where I've got an external E drive where I save all my stuff. So I've got it for future reference. Here we go, thumbnails. And then I have to give it a name. And what was it? Super Spa. And I've probably called one Super Spa before. I'm going to call it Super Spa 2. And that's it. I've saved the thumbnail. Right, now let's go to YouTube. And I'll show you what I do there. So this is my YouTube channel. This is the studio bit where I do all my uploading and looking after where all the videos and things are. This is my current video that's up. You can see it's got 1.2k views. Got quite a few comments and things on it. Here's the latest comment. Someone's just put one up. So this is where I can see all my analytics. So it tells me sort of how many views I'm getting, how much watch time I'm getting. And this is over 28 days. I can look over the lifetime of the channel, which is less than a year. So quite a bit of watch time. I'm quite proud of that. I remember when my first channel, the first version of Pitbits, I got monetized in the end, but it took me a long time to get to 4,000 hours, whereas this time I'm doing pretty well, 150,000 views. You can see things are, getting better, I think. 871 subscribers, so thank you very much for everyone that's subscribed. Anyway, this is my channel, and here I then want to upload the video. So I've got to upload the video that we've just created, and we'll find it. It's in my videos here, so Super Spa. We'll open that. And it's starting to upload. I need to give it like a title. So it's just like a little hook to get people hopefully to watch the video. So slow start, but getting better. So I started the race like 2 seconds a lap slower than I had been going. So I don't know quite what happened. And then I can upload a thumbnail. So I find the thumbnail, Super Spa 2, and there's the thumbnail. And then I'll categorize it. I'll put it under, it's a Formula car race. Got the title here. So this stuff, I've set it so it automatically loads a lot of things already about the overlay in my PC and all sorts of stuff. Then we'll go on to next. I use an end screen, so I'll import that from another video. So I don't have to keep redoing it. And we'll save that. And then we're going to schedule it. It's just still uploading. I think it's because I'm recording, things are taking a little bit longer. And I'm going to schedule it for, I think, Thursday. This might be Thursday's video. But maybe I'll do Friday. Yeah, maybe I'll do Friday the 13th. That's great. Because I'll put the video up itself on... Oh, no, this is the video. I'm confusing myself. So this is the video. So this has got to go up the day before the video you're now watching. It'll all make sense. So 6 a.m. I always post at 6 a.m. and we'll schedule it. And that's it. It's uploaded and it's then processing. And then I can look at my content. This is where all my videos are, how many views I got, and all that sort of stuff. And you can see I try and work a few days ahead. So I've got one ready for Monday, that's tomorrow, the 9th, one for the 10th, one for the 11th, and then this is on the 12th. And then the video you're watching right now that I'm going to edit after this will go up on the following day. So you'll get to watch the race, then you'll watch this video, hopefully. Otherwise, if you watch this video first, you might see the result and then not want to watch the race. Anyway, that's it. That's how it all works. So I don't know if any of that was remotely interesting. I hope it was. I think it's interesting to see behind the scenes and how people do stuff. Yeah, that's how I edit my videos. I race, I record, I edit, I do my thumbnail, and I've got it down to fairly quick process now, which is great because I can then race a bit more, do more videos, and stick to my 6-day-a-week schedule. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, then do stick around, hit that like, hit subscribe, and maybe I'll see you next time at the track.